Good morning. My name is Jason Faulkner, Market Analyst, and today I'm going to talk about labor market information. First, I'll talk about what it is. Then, I'll talk about what it says. Third, I'll talk about what we look for when we're looking for leads in an area. Firstly, what is labor market information, or LMI? LMI can be anything. It can be reports, such as a written report by the Greater Houston Partnership, such as you see here. Let's scroll down a little bit. It tells us how many residents were added in 2013. It tells us a bunch of different information, a piece of labor market information. Or it could be a report written by a super neighborhood, such as this. This is a piece of LMI written by the Greater Heights area, and it tells us population, households, and other such things that would be of interest to employers or people moving into the area. Both of those reports give good information, and the whole point is organizations get together and organize facts to make them easier to read and understand. Another example is a Woodlands, Texas demographic published 1st of January 2014. It gives some stats about population, adult ages, children, household persons, etc. LMI can also be statistical data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So this is some Bureau of Labor Statistics information found by the Fact Finder. So anything from the area community survey to the broad current population survey can tell us where the growth is. The Bureau of Labor Statistics has a bunch of surveys, and a tool for one corresponding survey is this Fact Finder here. And when we search for something, it spits out some data that looks like this. So statistical data, LMI. I also consider press releases labor market information because they can tell us what a company wants to communicate to the public. Such as this. This is Houston Chronicle, Macy's press release that they reported on that tells us that Macy's in the gallery is closing, and how many jobs that are going to be cut because of the closing. Also, newspaper and journal articles can be a valuable source of labor market information. This is the Houston Business Journal. It tells us a whole bunch of stuff. Texas recoups $10 million in Medicaid fraud case. Companies get rid of losses in order to inspire innovation. That's the sponsor content. You got to be careful of that. Wall Street shakes off anemic GDP numbers. Will Fed. But also, if I type in construction, then it'll give me all the stories that have to do with construction. Uptown Park secures a developer for multifamily portion of $1 billion development. Stories like that. Secondly, what does LMI tell us? Well, it tells us business growth or recession. Some MLI is about how prosperous a company is or does, and other LMI tells us what a company may be doing in terms of making strategic cutbacks. Depending on the type of information, Workforce Solutions could offer one type of service or a different type of service. For example, if a press release of laying off employees tells Workforce to do some outplacement services, or it can be a useful resource for a competing employer to identify talent pool. So if we have a story of layoffs, it tells us to do one thing, but if we have a story that says that a company is hiring, then what we want to do is job postings, maybe even a job fair. LMI, especially the statistical type, tells us about population growth. Also, I use LMI to look at new construction in an area. Consumption also has a highlight that LMI can tell us. For example, new home sales, or say auto consumption, so new purchases of automobiles. Thirdly, after we collect the data from reports, statistical data, press releases, and articles, I look at where the growth is. In this case, some of the articles we looked at, within them, they tell us that the Woodlands is growing at a quick rate. It says home sales is up, it says construction is up, and population. So we found an area to focus on. Lastly, I searched the job boards looking for jobs in the zip codes of the growth area. I especially look for companies with many postings because this means an expansion or startup is happening. The other thing Workforce does is cold calling businesses in the growth area from our list of businesses. For additional LMI or a request for a customized report, please contact Workforce Solutions at 713-688-6890.